Good evening, class. This is Victor representing base group 3. That would be myself, Sophie, and Eleanor for our gallery of walks. Sophie put together this lovely and very aesthetically pleasing infographic based on the reading by Sternisko, Sichaka, and Van Babbel entitled The Dark Side of Social Movements, Social Identity, Nonconformity, and the Lure of Conspiracy Theories. So the reading essentially discussed a myriad of reasons as to why people believe in conspiracy theories, and our lovely infographic here kind of walks through the three main reasons that we have picked out as the reasons as to why people are drawn to conspiracy theories. So for this infographic, we looked at three pertinent conspiracy theories that exist today. The first one being the flat earth conspiracy theory, the second one being the 9/11 truthers conspiracy theory, and then the third one and most recent and very pertinent conspiracy theory, the anti-masker conspiracy theory. For this infographic, we used a combination of memes and video that we'll walk through here. So, starting off with the first reason that people believe in conspiracy theories that we picked out from the reading was a sense of social identity and social and group belonging. So here on the left-hand side, you can see the logo for the Flat Earth Society. And on the right, when you click on our infographic here, is actually a commercial for the annual International Flat Earth Convention, which I believe was in London last year. And so the reason we picked this is because flat earthers have a very strong community, so much so that they have an annual international gathering each year. And even refer to themselves as flat earthers, and they refer to everyone else as globers or globalists. So this provides the group with a really strong sense of unique identity, and it can provide an individual with a strong sense of a social identity. There's also an untold number of Facebook groups and many other organizations. The Flat Earth Society is not the only one. It was just the most prominent one that we found, but there are plenty more as well. The second conspiracy theory that we examined, and the second reason people are so drawn to conspiracy theories, would be epistemic motives, meaning that conspiracy theories provide explanations to events that are otherwise impossible to understand, we don't really have the answers to, or are just incredibly upsetting. So for this example, we looked at the 9/11 truthers conspiracy. So this is a meme that we pulled about 9/11 being an inside job and being propagated by our own government. One really interesting thing about this particular conspiracy theory is that there are as many extreme left-wing political supporters for this conspiracy as there are extreme right-wing political supporters for this conspiracy theory. Generally speaking, it seems that conspiracy theories will either draw one extreme or the other, but this one actually seems to draw from both sides of the political spectrum for different reasons. Left-wing conspiracy theorists believe that this was an inside job to keep George Bush in power, and right-wing conspiracy theorists believe that this was an inside job to infringe upon our civil liberties. So they believe it for different reasons, but it's just interesting to note that it really draws people from both sides of the political aisle. Okay, and so circling back to epistemic motives, the 9/11 truthers conspiracy theory, first of all, provide an explanation to people as to how something so awful and so tragic as 9/11 could happen, especially how could that happen here in the United States, which is considered the most powerful country on Earth with the biggest army on Earth, and yet this seemingly a small group of people decided to get together and commit this horrible crime that not only killed thousands of people, but really impacted the lives of every American. So in some ways, this conspiracy theory, as upsetting as it might be, to think that our own government would have perpetrated such a horrible, horrible event, it's in some ways more comforting to think that than a few random people deciding that they were going to cause such havoc and chaos against the most powerful country on Earth. So the epistemic motives really provide meaning and answers in what are otherwise difficult to understand events, or events where there might not necessarily be answers to begin with. The third conspiracy that we looked at is the most prominent, not prominent, excuse me, the most recent and most permanent one. It is the anti-masker or the COVID deniers conspiracy theory. Here we have a meme from an anti-masker. Basically, this explains uniqueness motives. So many conspiracy theorists believe themselves to be unique, and there is something powerful about knowing something, knowing something that other people do not. And so conspiracy theories provide their believers with a sense of feeling like they are unique and that they are powerful because they hold answers that other people don't. And so this particular meme shows anti-maskers as lions amongst sheep. However, they are not, anti-maskers are not the anti-maskers and or COVID deniers, or however they identify themselves. They're not the only ones who refer to other people as sheep. Actually, 9/11 truthers often refer to people as sheep. In general, conspiracy theorists, whether they're anti-maskers, flat earthers, or what have you, they will often refer to everyone else as sheep, because they feel like they know something. They feel like they are unique. They have knowledge that other people don't. So that is another powerful motivation to be part of a conspiracy theory. So to summarize, the three main points why people are lured to conspiracy theory is: one, it creates a sense of social identity and group identity. It provides a way to explain really difficult to comprehend and upsetting events that take place, and it provides people with a sense of uniqueness and a sense of power and a sense of pride. Feeling like you know something that other people don't is a very powerful feeling. That is our presentation for our infographic and our gallery walk. Thank you and have a good night.